Welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Miss P. Today I'll show you how to cook a baked jerk chicken. Now, jerk chicken came from the island Jamaica. It's a Caribbean island, and in Jamaica the normal way where they started cooking jerk chicken was grilling it. But for some of us who are not that fortunate, I had the luxury of living in a tropical island, we make do by baking our jerk chicken, and it's just as delicious. I will show you how easy, simple, and effortless it is using Miss P jerk seasoning that has all the essential ingredients that you'll need to make this baked jerk chicken very flavorful. So let's go cooking and I'll show you. Okay, so before we start marinating the chicken, that's something I will show you next is how to score the meat, which is we're gonna put some slits into the chicken, and this will help the marinade to get into the meat, but I'll show you that next. I want to mention one of the key and main ingredient in the jerk seasoning. It's the pimento seed, or the allspice as we also call it. Now, allspice or pimento seed has many antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties that may ease in things like cramps, may ease in digestions, bloating, and gas. Just want to mention a little tip of a few of the health benefits that the allspice, which is the main ingredient. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'll show you how to score the meat, and what this will do is get the marinade, when we start to marinate, into the meat and under the skin. That's essential. Two good things to know about cooking a jerk chicken is the length of the time of marinating it and really getting that seasoning well into the meat. So just basically just score it. Here's the drumsticks. You can just cut it in like that, get it in. So that's it. Basically, just continue doing that with your meat, score it. So what we'll do is get the marinade under the meat, and I'll show you that now. Miss P jerk seasoning to marinate the chicken. Doing this, massage and rub Miss P jerk seasoning into the chicken. Make sure to get the seasoning onto the skin and into the slits of the chicken where you score it. This will allow all the flavors of the spices to get into the meat. I guarantee you're bound to enjoy this. I massage all the jerk seasoning into the chicken. Next, I will add the oil and rub this in. One of the secrets of a good jerk chicken is to let it marinate for at least 4 hours. However, I'll not be cooking this today, so what I'll do is cover this and refrigerate it overnight. So now our jerk chicken has been marinating overnight in the fridge, and as you can see here, all the nice jerk seasoning has got into the slits and under the skin, and this is going to make your meat taste so flavorful and delicious once you bake this. And remember, you can also put this on a barbecue grill. Of course, we're talking about baking the chicken here because we don't have the luxury year-round to live on a paradise tropical island. So let me grab a baking dish. Okay, so here we go. So in a baking dish, what we're going to do is place the skin upwards like that. So you just continue placing your skin up in the chicken, and I'm telling you, it is smelling so good. This is going to be tasting so good. I can't wait to taste it. And so here's it now. I will not waste any of this good stuff, so all this that's left back in the bowl, what I will do is I scoop it out and spread it across the meat, and that will all cook right in. Now we're going to put this in the oven and bake for 30 minutes, then we'll come back and attend to it. Okay, so our jerk chicken has been in the oven for 30 minutes. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just take the natural juices that you see here that it's given off. We're just going to baste it, and then I'll put this back in the oven for some more time. So just baste it evenly all over. So you don't have to bother about turning this chicken over. I mean, sometimes when you're baking, you will flip your chicken or your meat over. No, you don't need to do this here. Just baste it really well and let it cook in all these natural drippings and the juices. This stuff is so good. All right, so I'm gonna put this back in the oven. Okay, so our jerk chicken is now finished, and as you can see here, it's all nice and dark and well cooked, and it's actually smelling so good. Now, personally, what I like to do, you can finish this off here right now. This is done. But personally, I like to put it on the broil, and I'll put it back in the oven for just 2 or 3 minutes and let it broil, and that will give it that nice little bit more of a crispy top layer on the skin. And one thing I have to mention is that please be careful. Set a timer if you're going to do it on broil. If you're putting this back in the oven on broil, set a timer, because a lot of people have overcooked their meat and burn it. So just be careful with that. So back in the oven on broil for just about 2-3 minutes max. Okay. Okay, so finally our jerk chicken's finished. And as you can see, it just came out of the broil, and it's a little darker, and that's just personally, as I said, I like it with a little crispier skin, so it's nice and dark and well cooked. And I'll just kind of show you how tender that is. So you can see that meat that was just falling off, and it's right all by scoring the meat, all the seasoning, the marinade got right underneath the skin and into the meat. So this is absolutely delicious. Okay, now's the time to taste this delicious baked jerk chicken. Let me see it. Let's go. Here you go. Just perfect. So flavorful. Guys, you gotta have to try this. Have to try this. It's so delicious. If you enjoyed this episode of Cooking with Miss P, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and share. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time on Cooking with Miss P.